Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. It's no secret to anyone in the NBA that the Lakers want to bring in a great center after the season, and it's also no secret that changes will be made to the current roster and Dalton Netsch will be traded. A great center who would help the Lakers a lot is Domanta Sabonis, due to his experience, size, and good vision of the game. Adding Domantas Sabonis to the trio of stars who are having success will put the Lakers in a position to fight for their 18th title. The Lakers who signed Domantas Sabonis and released Dalton Netsch in exchange. Losing Anthony Davis in early February left a massive void in the Los Angeles Lakers frontcourt. However, the franchise could compensate by swapping Dalton Knecht for an undervalued Sacramento Kings star big man in free agency. Of course, any landing spots list would be incomplete without the Los Angeles Lakers, Athlon Sports' J.H. Kubicek wrote Sunday. They seemingly are always included, and the Luka Doncic deal just proved that's for good reason. If the Lakers can keep their core of Doncic, LeBron James, and Austin Reeves intact while adding Domantas Sabonis, it would be a dream come true. James can opt out of his contract and sign a smaller deal. And if the Lakers make it clear that they're using the money saved to add an established all-star, James wouldn't bat an eye at taking a pay cut and winning at least one more ring. The Lakers can offer Dalton Knecht and a first-round pick for Sabonis and could toss in some spare parts to sweeten the pot. The Kings have endured a drama-filled 2024-25 campaign. From parting with Mike Brown amid rumors of tension between the 2023 NBA Coach of the Year and De'Aaron Fox to many questioning DeMar DeRozan's fit with the franchise, things haven't gone smoothly for the 36-39 Kings. However, Sabonis has blocked the noise and enjoyed another stellar campaign in a Sacramento uniform. Sabonis, a versatile 6'10" forward known for finding cutters in the high and low post, dominating the defensive glass, taking heavy-footed big men off the dribble, and flaunting his improved long-range jumper, is averaging a double-double for the 7th consecutive season. Although trading for Sabonis would require the Lakers to move on from Knecht, their polished 2024 first-round pick, it should be a no-brainer, considering Los Angeles didn't have an issue including him in an unsuccessful trade for Mark Williams in February. Lakers are also interested in another player. The Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup can compete with any team in the NBA, but they could benefit from adding another two-way second-unit asset in 2025-26 and beyond. The Lakers could acquire an unsung hero from the New York Knicks in free agency with the right trade package. Without Miles McBride, who knows how the 47-27 Knicks would fare when their starters experienced much-needed rest. Although the Knicks bench has been a noticeable weakness for the organization all year, McBride has led the way on both ends. The West Virginia product averages 9.4 points per game, shooting 40.7% from the field and 37.1% from three-point range. On the defensive end, McBride excels when remaining active and one step ahead of his opponents. The 6'1" guard's ability to take long, side-to-side lunges while showing his hands, rather than short, choppy slides, allows him to suffocate ball handlers nightly. However, on March 18, Bleacher Report's Dan Favale noted that McBride could be a prime trade candidate in the offseason. Deuce McBride deserves a mention for one of the final two spots, Favale wrote. His contract will catch the eye of every team with whom the Knicks speak, given the latter's shallow well of draft assets. With Los Angeles, McBride could continue to serve as a spark plug off the bench and keep the Lakers afloat when he enters games. A package centered around Gabe Vincent and/or Jared Vanderbilt would likely facilitate a trade for the talented and dependable fourth-year guard. J.J. Redick speaks to Jackson Hayes' importance to Lakers' success. It's no secret that the Los Angeles Lakers are short on center depth after trading Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic and then having their deal for Mark Williams be rescinded. That has left Jackson Hayes as not only the starting center, but the only center head coach J.J. Redick has been able to trust. Two-way players Christian Koloko and Trey Jemison have both gotten some minutes, as has veteran Alex Len, but for the most part the Lakers have gone small when Hayes is not on the floor. Ahead of Monday's game against the Houston Rockets, Redick spoke about the growth he's seen from Hayes since taking on a bigger role and his importance to the Lakers' success. "I think just the commitment to trying to get better every day," Redick said. "Rollick, wise, has done a great job with him throughout the season. He's very receptive in film, in his PD work, he's very receptive to our coaching in front of the group and film. I think that the growth mentality that he's had this year has been really awesome, and I've told him this a number of times over the last week or so. He's so important for us if we're wanting to win at the highest level. He's gotta be elite. And that's not to put pressure on him because he has guys that can take that pressure off him. But we need him on the floor. We need him to stay out of foul trouble, we need him to lay off the referees. He's gotta be locked in, and he's been that. He's been awesome for us." A good example of Hayes' importance to this roster is when he missed a recent road trip due to a knee issue and the Lakers went 0-4 in his absence. Hayes deserves a ton of credit for improving to the point where he is this essential for the Lakers' success, but it also says a lot about their lack of depth behind him. There are certain playoff matchups that could be an issue for the undersized Lakers, especially if Hayes were to go down with another injury. Considering they just built this roster on the fly, the Lakers will certainly address the center position in the offseason, when Hayes will be a free agent. Jordan Goodwin contract details with Lakers. If the Lakers want either Christian Koloko or Trey Jemison to be postseason eligible, they would need to convert them to a standard contract. That's what the organization recently did with Jordan Goodwin, who signed a deal that includes a partially guaranteed team option for the 2025-26 season. Lakers LeBron James praises Jackson Hayes for filling in void left by Anthony Davis. 2. Technical, Hall of Fame. Los Angeles Lakers have converged for the revamped second season of LeBron James Mind the Game Basketball and Wine podcast, now produced by Wondery along with James' company Uninterrupted. With his former co-host J.J. Redick graduating into a new gig as his Lakers head coach, James has brought in former two-time MVP point guard Steve Nash to sit alongside him and break down modern hoops. Nash was far past his all-star Phoenix Suns/Dallas Mavericks prime during his 3 seasons with the Lakers from 2012 to 15. Back injuries limited him to appearing just 60 total games. James made a point to single out perhaps the Lakers' biggest X-factor in their pursuit of a second title during the James era. Although James and All-NBA first-team guard Luka Doncic are pretty reliably great, and the team has admirable depth at guard and along the wing, Los Angeles is a bit thin at the center position. LA Delta Wade 10-time All-Star center/power forward Anthony Davis, plus 3-and-D swingman Max Christie and a future 2029 first-round draft pick, in order to obtain Doncic in the first place. The Lakers also brought in center/power forward Maxi Kleber and power forward Markieff Morris as part of the Doncic deal. Both clubs shipped out 2025 second-rounders to the Utah Jazz, with the Lakers also trading former 2023 first-round pick Jalen Hood-Schifino in the offing. Los Angeles did attempt to bring in a rim-rolling lob threat option for Doncic in Charlotte Hornets center Mark Williams, but the team ultimately opted out of the Williams business and undid the deal when he failed a physical. With Kleber still recuperating from a January foot surgery and Christian Wood long since cut, Jackson Hayes has become LA's starting center by default. Alex Len has been a dud of a buyout market signing, compelling combo forward Rui Hachimura and occasionally James himself to serve as the team's backup fives. Hayes, a free agent this summer, has been performing admirably in his role. "I gotta give a big shout-out and credit to Jackson Hayes," James said. "Him stepping into that void losing AD, it's a lot. I think Jackson was like, I can't make up for that, and we didn't ask him to make up for that." The 7-footer out of Texas is averaging 7.0 points on 73.1% shooting from the floor and 66.3% shooting from the foul line, 4.7 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 0.9 blocks and 0.5 steals a night. "We needed Jackson to be high energy, be a force on offense, lob threat," James continued. "Jackson has been unbelievable in his minutes and we're gonna need that from him. We know how it unlocks Luka as well with the lob threat." Lakers forward already likely to be benched for playoffs. J.J. Redick needs to bench Rui Hachimura and start Dorian Finney-Smith down the stretch. With only 2 weeks left in the NBA regular season, the Los Angeles Lakers are fighting for home court advantage. By finishing in the top 4 of the Western Conference, the Lakers hope to have an easier playoff path as they try to get back to the NBA Finals for the first time in 5 seasons. In order to accomplish this goal, head coach J.J. Redick has to sharpen the rotation and finalize the depth chart. One easy fix that would go a long way involves the starting lineup. Considering that Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Jackson Hayes, since he is the only viable center on the roster, are locks to start, that leaves one spot up for debate. Rui Hachimura has been filling that role since the beginning of the season, but the Lakers will be better off bringing him off the bench. Rui Hachimura says his knee feels about 70 to 80% back to normal. He says he recognizes that it will likely be that way for a while so long as he keeps playing through the tendinopathy. He could use more rest on it, but that's just not an option right now. It's time for the Lakers to start Dorian Finney-Smith over Rui Hachimura. Hachimura just returned from a knee injury after missing 12 games since the end of February. He admitted that he wasn't feeling 100% last week as he plays through tendinopathy. As a result, he hasn't played over 30 minutes since his return. He looks a step slower defensively, as he struggled immensely on that end of the floor against the Grizzlies. That is why the Lakers are better off starting Dorian Finney-Smith in his stead. DFS has been a major difference maker since joining the team mid-season. His versatility and ability to guard multiple positions have made a big impact in his minutes. The Lakers have an impressive plus 10.4 net rating when he is on the court, which is 15.1 points per 100 possessions better than when he is off the floor, per cleaning the glass. Plus, Hachimura's skill set is better suited as a sixth man. He can help keep the offense afloat when LeBron James and/or Luka Doncic are on the bench. Starting Finney-Smith, a better defender than Hachimura, would allow him to take the toughest defensive assignments and spend more time on the opponent's best player. If and when Redick goes this route remains to be seen, but considering Hachimura's slow return from injury and the way Finney-Smith has been playing, it is certainly worth a shot. Gabe Vincent, Lakers role players must be ready to impact game in any way. The Los Angeles Lakers contest against the Houston Rockets was viewed as a potential playoff preview, and that atmosphere was certainly present inside Crypto.com Arena. Also, like a postseason game, the Rockets had a game plan targeted on getting the ball out of the hands of the Lakers' primary creators and into the hands of role players like Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith. But they would prove exactly why the Lakers acquired them, as both Vincent and Finney-Smith knocked down 6 three-pointers and finished with 20 points each off the bench in the Lakers' 6-point win. Afterwards, Vincent spoke on the mindset role players must have when playing off such ball-dominant players as the LeBron James and Luka Doncic. "I think you just go out there and compete. You keep winning," Vincent said. "The most important thing, you trust them to make the right reads, whatever it may be, and you just be ready to impact the game the best way you can." Even though this is only his 6th NBA season, Vincent has been through many postseason battles and understands how to impact big games, and this game against the Rockets was proof of what he is capable of. Vincent also feels this game was a good test for the Lakers as a whole at this point in the season. "Just competitive," Vincent said of the win. "We had to get a little gritty at times and really lock in defensively. It was a great test for us at this time of the year." The game was also a return to form of the Lakers' defense as they held the Rockets to just 98 points on 41.4% shooting from the field. But the point guard felt that was a case of the Lakers just doing what they needed to get a big win. "I think that's just what was required tonight," Vincent added. "They were low scoring as well, it was a very defensive-minded game and we just had to continue to fight." Even though they are a young team, the Rockets came into LA with a lot of fight and battled the Lakers down to the end. It was a playoff-type game in every way, and Vincent feels the Lakers were able to tap into that postseason mindset to pick up the win. "It's just valuing each possession," the point guard noted. "Everything matters when you get to the playoffs and you can't take plays off.